Hello, I'm here. I did a video 2 weeks ago. I'm out from my know, by the way, if you don't know me already. I did a video 2 weeks ago saying that I would answer any questions anybody had. So here I am, true to my word. Just firstly, thank you because, excuse me. Yeah, I thought it was going to just be, you know, cricket, and have no questions asked, and it would just be a complete failure. But you asked me questions, so thanks. And before I start, I just want to say as well that in future, I think what I'm going to do is, rather than make a video announcing I'm going to do another video, I'm just going to, if anybody asks me a question, I'll just kind of gather them up, and on a 2-weekly basis, I'll just answer them. I think it's just easier that way, because I get asked a lot of questions, and I like to answer them. It's nicer to do it in person, I think, as opposed to just typing something. So, here we go. Question 1. It comes from Jenny Georgiades. Have I pronounced that right, Jenny? I'm sorry. It's Mama Jama G anyway. I've been speaking to you quite a lot, haven't I? It's been nice to talk to you. It seems that you're kind of on your perfume journey and you're kind of just discovering this crazy world of perfume. So good luck. I hope you make loads of discoveries. It seems you've bought quite a few things on my recommendation, which is really flattering as well, so thank you. Anyway, your question is, what makes some fragrances project so far and last a long time while others are just a whisper? It's a good question, and for me it's a number of things. Well, it's 3 things actually. Firstly, it's a good quality of ingredients. Essential oils, like many things in life, range from really crap, cheaply produced things to your high end. And the ingredients of a fragrance make all the difference. If it's something that is sourced in the right place, harvested from a really good quality crop, that's going to make your fragrance more luxurious, I think, and last longer and be more authentic, I guess. So quality of ingredients is the first thing. The second thing is the strength, the concentration of it. Perfumes come in, and aftershaves, or whatever you want to call them, they come in all different kinds of concentrations, don't they? You have, you've got eau de cologne, which is one of the weaker ones. It's normally about 3 to 5% of actual perfume blend in the carrier, whether the carrier be alcohol or jojoba oil or whatever it may be, even solid perfume. Then you've got eau de toilette, which is, the more common kind of one. That's normally about 12 to 18%. Eau de parfum, 20 to 25%, and then you've got parfum, which is 40% and upwards. There's even weaker things than eau de cologne. You've got floral waters and things that are supposed to just be barely a whisper, or even, like you say, barely a whisper, or even just, used as a base to build stuff on. So choosing a concentration is going to affect, obviously, how long something lasts. What's kind of interesting though is you can get a fragrance that's the same thing now. So you can have, for instance, Samsara, one of my favourites. That comes in eau de toilette and eau de parfum. They smell very different. Sometimes perfumers even change the notes between concentrations as well. But yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, and the most difficult one to describe, I think, is the choice of ingredients. What is put together in a fragrance. On my course, I'm learning that there are certain smart choices you can make. You put something with something and it will make both of them whoosh, where some things will cancel something else out. So it's the job of the perfumer to be really smart about it and choose things that enhance and make something whoosh, and make something whoosh off of your skin. This is kind of more pertaining to natural perfumery. When it comes to synthetic, or, well, not synthetic, but mass-produced perfumes, things like Chanel and stuff like that, they use more kind of aroma chemicals. They have a percentage of natural oils, but a lot of it is synthetically produced things that smell like something else. So I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, I mean, it's got to be a good choice. It's got to be a good choice of ingredients that blend together to make something go bang. So that's my answer to you, Jenny. I hope that answered your questions. Okay, question number 2. This comes from K-Count, have I pronounced that right? K-Count, sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. You asked me What are the sexiest perfumes in your opinion? And you don't look 33 at all. Thanks. Great, love it. I want to hear that for the rest of my life. I got ID'd for cigarettes the other day. It was kind of embarrassing, but also kind of flattering. But I am 33. I was born in 1980, funny enough. Birthday presents welcome in June, just so you know. So I don't know if you want me to name names or if you want me to talk about what makes a sexy perfume, but I'm going to take it that you mean what are the sexiest perfumes in my opinion. For men, it's 212 by Carolina Herrera. I actually didn't bring it with me. I got loads of stuff out of my collection, but I didn't bring it. That, when I smell that on myself and on other people, that is an extremely sexy fragrance for men. I find it kind of incensey, exotic, Indian, musky, manly. I don't know, I just love that one. And women, from when I was about 20, I've not been able to get it out of my head. It's by D&G. It's the one that comes in the leopard print bottle, which I should have next to me now, but I just forgot. So, yeah, there's something about that. It's a weird combination of coffee and lavender, and a crazy gorgeous musk that just makes it irresistible to me on women. And I've got it as well now because I want to smell it all the time, and I don't ever want to not have it in my smell memory bank. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you, by the way. So question number 3 comes from Renat E. Hello, I'm going to wave at you because I talk to you quite a lot as well. Thanks for all of your questions and comments and stuff, because you always make me feel good about, you know, what I'm doing, and you say, you know, you're good at it and stuff, so thank you. What's your question? Let me read it. You say, hi, do you know the Laura Mercier perfumes, and what's your favourite? What do you think of Serge Lutens Vanille and Flower Bomb? Thank you so much. Well, first of all, I don't know anything about Laura Mercier fragrances, so I can't comment. But you know what, I did look them up today, and had a quick flick through of the stuff that she does, and one that stuck out to me was one called Nuit Enchantée or something. That sounds really cool. It's got a very weird mix of kind of coffee and chili, and a lot of heavy kind of resinous notes. That sounds quite fun. If you've smelled it, then let me know what you think. I've never even heard of them, so you've opened my eyes to a new brand, so thank you. What do you think of what you said? What is it? What do you think of Serge Lutens Vanille and Flower Bomb? Flower Bomb, I've only smelled it twice. I wasn't overly impressed. I thought it was just kind of overly sugary, and way overpriced as well, I might add. I just didn't really find it that interesting. I know it's really popular. I need to smell it again, really, I think, to kind of get a good feel for it. But for now, in my head, I can just smell sugar. So I don't know. And Serge Lutens, the vanilla one. Do you know, I have a sample of it. I should have put it on my hand. I smelt it once. Again, I wasn't superly impressed with it. Vanilla has to be interesting for me. If you're going to make a fragrance that is solely based on vanilla, it has to have a jolt of something else in it. It can't just be ice creamy or, I don't know, just vanilla. Vanilla is a word, isn't it? It's used to describe something that's kind of boring, so it can't just be vanilla. It has to be something extra special, and I remember not thinking too much about that one either. So anyway, that's your answer. I hope you liked it. Okay, question 4, am I? This one comes from Rimint. Hello, I've not spoken to you before. You ask me, hi ouch, here's my question. What perfume, cologne or scent gives you the most confidence when you wear it? Which gives you the most courage? That's an easy one to answer, and I've got it right here. Excuse me 1 second. It's this. It's Dragon's Milk by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. I've reviewed this in full, so I'll put the link up here. So if you want to click on it, it will open a new window with the review. This, I don't know why, but this one, that when I wear it, like you say, I feel a little bit empowered by it. I feel confident. It's like it's something that I want people to smell when I wear it. It's the ingredients of it, if you're interested, is it's got dragon's blood resin in it, which is from a flower. It's a really unusual kind of lilac-y floral incense note that I've never smelled in anything else other than Black Phoenix perfumes. but this one is kind of coated in honey and vanilla, so it's a very sweet lilac floral incense that I think kind of smells like doll heads, and very weirdly, that's true, that's what I think about it. I was wearing it on the London Underground once, and it must swell around quite a lot because two girls got on and sat quite far down, and they said it smells like incense and dolls in here. So I agreed already before they said that, but then they just really brought it on home. So it's Dragon's Milk by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. Question 5 from Caspar Famuse. "33? Wow, you look younger. You're such a cutie. Are you single?" Thanks, I'm really flattered again. That's none of your business though. Nah. Question 6 from Cinnamon Green. Such a nice name. I love that, Cinnamon Green. Cinnamon, if we're going to talk about perfume, cinnamon isn't a green smelling thing to me, so that's a little bit of a juxtaposed name. I really like it. Why have you called yourself Cinnamon Green? Cool picture as well. You look kind of geek chic. I like it. Anyway, I love your question. It kind of made me think a little bit, and your question is, which country do you think comes up with the best perfume scents? Well, I have to say France. I feel like France is the hub of perfumery. Grasse is a place in France which is somewhere that I really want to visit. It's like the home of perfumery. I feel like France is where the best ingredients are sourced, the best ingredients are harvested. A lot of perfumery and stuff is just tainted is the wrong word, but it's saturated by French. Everything, eau de toilette, eau de parfum, you say everything in French. A lot of the names of perfumes that are even from other countries are named in French names. So it's got to be France, and you know, one of the greatest perfumers ever, Guerlain, is French, and one of my favourites, so I'm going to say France. I will say as well, I'm not sure if I should, but I'm going to. There are certain flowers and certain things that are grown in this region of France called Grasse, which certain perfumers have the entire monopoly of, so no one else can buy them, basically. So it's sourced from the source. It's like going to the bottom of a mountain spring and sourcing it right from the source. I'm saying source too many times, it sounds really weird now. I'm thinking of like tomato sauce and stuff. Anyway, Cinnamon Green, my answer is France. Question 7. This one comes from Mantes555. Hello, I need to wave to you as well. I talk to you a lot on my channel. I'm really happy that you are venturing into the creation world the same as I am. I feel like we're on kind of the same path, so I'm always happy to talk to you. It's really exciting because you're doing the same as me. You're experimenting with crazy smells like a mad scientist, and it's really good. I hope you go really far. Your question is my favourite question. I'm not being favouritism here, but it is. Your question is, if there was a way to bottle a scent, anything, or smell of something and make a note, which scent would you choose? This one was a very easy one to answer. The answer is petrichor. Sounds like another language, but petrichor, petrichor, petrichor. What it is, and if I ever become a perfumer, which I hope to one day, I will make it my life's mission to bottle this smell. What it is the scent of rain when it hits a hot pavement. When it's summer in London, and you get these long sunny spells, and then you get a kind of tropical, it's not tropical here, but you get a thunderstorm when it's still hot. The smell of when it just starts to rain and it hits the asphalt creates a smell that is unlike no other. It only happens about twice or 3 times in a summer, and you see me spinning around, running around, like I wish I'd just get a bottle and just put it in. It happened at work once. I work in an office, and it happened when it was outside, but the windows were open, and it wafted in, and I literally just ran outside like a crazy person and just bathed in the amazingness. So petrichor, it has a name, so I'm waiting for a perfumer to do it. If not, I'm going to try my damnedest to bottle the smell of rain on a hot pavement. Question 8 comes from my best friend. You have to have your best friend's support, don't you? And my best friend Josh tweeted me, excuse me, and this question really made me think as well, and made me just go, oh no. Josh Phillips, my dear twineth, he asks me, there's work on a perfume pill that you can digest and you'll sweat the smell. Do you like this modern notion of wearing fumes? My answer is no. A resounding no. I don't understand this. I think it's really unusual. I have so many questions. I hope somebody will make a video, or I can speak to someone that's doing this so I can ask them questions, because so you take a pill and when you sweat the smell comes out. My questions are, what if you want to turn it off? What if you decided, I don't want to smell like this anymore? When does it end? How strong is it going to be? What if you don't like the smell? Do you get to test it first? Do they have a sample of what it's going to smell like before you take it and then it comes out? I don't know. I just find it really bizarre. I think it takes away the entire notion of spraying something on your pulse points and applying it where you want to apply it, and then being free to change it if you want. I go to work wearing sometimes something very casual, and then when I go out at night I shower and I completely change my perfume. What am I going to do if I'm just constantly surrounded by this one smell? I don't know. No, I don't like it at all, and that one is open for discussion. I have no idea. Who are these people that are just trying to make these crazy things? No. Question 9. This one comes from, I can't really pronounce it. Is it Jingify? Jingify. That's quite a cool name, Jingify. You ask, how does one learn to differentiate scents and notes? Is there a way to train it? Well, the answer to that is yes, there is a way to train it. The easiest way, because I'm studying perfumery, is to be able to have the luxury of smelling things individually in their purest form. I have 40-50 essential oils, so I've spent a lot of time, even a whole day with one, just smelling it, noting down how I feel about it, how it changes. That's the best way to do it, but obviously that's not everybody can do that. You don't want to just buy a whole load of essential oils and do nothing with them. I plan to create perfume, so that's why I've got them. That's the easiest way. If you don't do that, the easiest way to start is to note things that are accessible to you, things that you are in your kitchen every day, things like lemon, spices, things like that, even flowers that you smell when you go past anywhere that has flowers. A florist shop, even for me, I've never smelled freesia before, and I know that I love it in perfumes, so I actually got to smell one in a florist recently. I asked the florist, do you have freesia? And he said, yeah. So I went and smelled it, and it smelled amazing. So access things that are easily accessible and close to you. The other way to do it is just by smelling so many perfumes. I've done it before by noting down what a prominent note may be in 3 or 4 perfumes and smelling all of them and picking it out that way. So that's how I learnt what orange blossom smelled like. I have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, Fleur de Mal. I have Elisab or Elisab's fragrance, and another one, it's an Avon one actually, and they all have orange blossom in them. So I smelled all of them, and when there's a prevailing note, that's how you can tell what it is. Some of them are much more difficult than others. I mean, flowers are my bugbear. It's so hard to differentiate them sometimes, but you will get there eventually. It just comes with practice, basically. So hopefully that answers your question. Where was I? Number 10. This comes from Dexter Michael Malgapo. Have I said that right? Again, correct me if I haven't. I'm really sorry. You asked me since perfumes are subjective and tricky, which perfume do you recommend as a gift for men or women? Something that you consider generic, something that will be liked by most, if not all. Tricky question. As you said yourself, perfume is subjective, it is tricky. One person can smell something masculine, someone can think that it's feminine. It's all in there, isn't it? To make a kind of general sweeping statement, I guess my answer to that would be, I find things that are in the green aromatic citrus family the most middle of the road. I don't think that kind of category falls either to masculine or feminine. If something's fresh and citrusy and green, it's not the typical floral, sweet, feminine, or the dark, mysterious, tobacco leather woody. So something that's green, like I said, green citrus aromatic would be cool. Namely, a scent by Isimiyaki. I smelled that before. It's marketed for women, but when I smelled it, I just thought this is completely in the middle. But as you say, it's subjective. That is a very, very difficult one to answer. But good question, so thank you. This question also brings me on to, it's not a tangent, but it's something that I want to address because it's something that's discussed on Fragrantica all the time, at length and in detail, and I comment on it all the time. This thing about generic, or not fitting any box, I just need to have a little bit of a rant, because I think that nowadays, and in the past even, I think so many people are not prepared to experiment. I think that people kind of get conditioned into putting things into boxes. There are perfumistas like myself, and probably anyone that's watching this that's interested in fragrance. There's these people, and then there are people that wear fragrance just as an everyday thing. You get it as a present, you don't care to look what's in it, you just wear it because it smells nice, and you just go about your day and you just do it, and you couldn't pick out a note. So I think a lot of people on this side, and I really hate to generalise, but would go to a perfume shop, and if it's a girl buying for themselves, wouldn't really even consider going to the men's section, and same for a man. A man would never go, oh, I'm just going to go and pick up this Estee Lauder Pleasures, blah blah blah, floral extraordinaire. This is a sweeping statement, but I think as a majority, people have become conditioned to think that floral sweet is female, dark masculine is tobacco, woody, and in plainer boxes, and women is more flowery and more pretty, and it's more pink. And I think it should be bended. I think that just because it says pour femme on the box doesn't mean you shouldn't pick it up and smell it. I think if you like the smell, then wear it. It doesn't have a gender on it, it doesn't have an age, it doesn't have a time. Perfume is about expression, and it is about having fun. And if I want to smell like a cake one day, hell, I'm going to smell like a cake. I don't care what anybody says. So I think a lot of people need to get out of the box mentality of what's for men, what's for women. If you go to niche brands now, even though they're more expensive, so many of them create this middle of the road thing where it's not labelled as men and women, it just says for men and women, and they work fine, so why not everything else? Anyway, rant over, on to the next question. So the next question comes from Mr. Bell Canada. You're one of my older subscribers, and I don't mean age, I mean you've been subscribed for quite a long time, so thanks for sticking with me. Your question is, not asking personal questions, I asked you for an arpege review, but I don't think that's going to happen. In your opinion, what makes a great perfume? First of all, apologies for the arpege review. Do you know, I always say I will do a review if somebody requests it to me, which I do, and I will, and I always have done. The thing is, if I don't have it, I can't do it. It's slightly disappointing, because I would love to be able to review the arpege fragrance that you wanted me to review, but if I don't have it, I can't do it. And with the greatest of respect, I'm not going to go and run out and buy a fragrance. I mean, some people have expected me to do that, which I think is crazy. Oh, can you not just go and buy it? No, I can't do that, because otherwise I would be poor and I'd be having perfumes that I wouldn't necessarily buy. So on the back of that, I'm more than happy to review a fragrance. If somebody wants to send me a sample, go ahead. I will give you my work address, because that's where I usually live, so it's better to go there. I'm more than happy to review a sample. I will push it to the front of the queue and I will do it. So Mr. Bell Canada, I'm sorry, but I don't have the arpege one. Anyway, so your question, what makes a great perfume? For me personally, one, it has to last. I was going to say 40, 60, 70% of fragrances that are made nowadays, they don't last. Do you not think? I mean, unless you're going to go and spend money on a niche brand perfume, which I want to do, but sadly can't afford it. A lot of them do tend to have a high quality, so they do last longer. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. That's why they've got the high price. They have more naturals in them as opposed to aroma chemicals, so it has to last. I want my fragrances to last. Personally, I want them to be noticed, and I don't mean an entire room to know when I walk in, but I wear perfumes for two reasons. For myself, and I like people to say, oh, you smell nice. I don't know if that's conceited or if that's shallow, but a lot of my friends tell me, you know, you always smell really nice and fresh and clean, and I like to know that I smell nice, not smell like I just stepped out of a dustbin. Yeah, it has to, something that makes a great fragrance, it has to be different. It has to be something that I can't smell on 20 guys in a club or 20 girls in a club when I go there. I like something to have a little bit of a spark and a little bit of pizzazz. Even though I've got lots of common fragrances, the ones that I keep close to me and are my favourites are the ones that are a little bit unusual or just that little bit special. A weird ingredient always helps as well, something that I've not heard of before, like belladonna or a strange herb that only grows in a certain country. That will always help. So yes, thanks very much for your question. Hope I answered it. The next question is from Loves Mariah 1000. Hello, I'm subscribed to you. You subscribed to me. Everyone else, go and check out his channel. He's another perfume reviewer in this crazy world of YouTube. Who's your favourite singer, by the way? Only kidding. So your question is, well, your comment and question is, I bought Love Chloe because of your review. Great, did you like it? I've kind of gone on the fence with that one. I do like it, I think it's really cool. I just don't know when I'm going to wear it. But it is definitely a beautiful perfume. If you haven't, anyone, if you don't know what it is, it's a beautiful perfume that has got loads of purple flowers in it. It smells like makeup and vintagey. It's got rice in it. Review up here. Yeah, it's great. So anyway, Love Mariah 1000. I hope you like it. I think it's pretty cool, and the bottle is gorgeous as well. Anyway, so you said if you could only have one bottle from your collection, what would it be? That's a really mean question. That's like asking somebody if you could only listen to one song forever. That's really tough, especially for someone that loves perfume like me. Okay, excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna have to throw one of these bitches out, but these are the three that I can't decide between. Oh, Stella, Samsara, D&G Red Cap. It's tough because any of these, you know, when you think of, if I could never smell that again, if somebody told me you'd never smell it again, it would be really difficult to try and cast one of these off. But my choice would be Stella. I have to go for this one because it's my signature, it's my most comfortable fragrance. It's something that, all of these anyway, I'll never get bored of any of them. They're all amazing, and do you know what? The same way that you can, if I said to any of you right now, picture your best friend's face in your mind right now, you can picture it. It's somewhere, you don't know where it is, but it's here. With any of these, when I think of them, I can smell them in my brain, if that makes sense. I'll never forget the smell, so I can live with the fact that I won't ever smell Samsara or D&G Red Cap again. But Stella, I need to have it. It works in winter, it makes me feel cool in summer, so this is my one forever. And the last question comes from my best friend Josh again. You're going to be in there twice, you're important to me. My dear Twineth, you asked me I love to mix my fumes some days and find they complement one another. What would be your biggest no-no? Well, my answer to you is there really isn't any rules. If you're talking about in terms of making a fragrance from scratch, then it's a different matter. Yeah, there's smart choices you can make to make things not clash and smells weird. But when you're talking about putting 2 or 3 things together that are already made, there really is no rules. It's supposed to be fun, right? Perfume is about experimentation, it's about expression, it's about having fun, I think. So wear something crazy. Wear something that you don't think is going to mesh well together, because you might find that it does. I've learnt that very quickly on my course. So grab your bottles, spray them on, and just see what happens. There are no rules. That concludes my video, my questions and answers video. It's been really fun, I've loved it. So thanks to all of you that's sent me a question. It does mean that you're watching, it does mean that you're a perfume crazy person like me. I'm not the only one in this world. So I'm going to do another one in 2 weeks from now. I don't know what the date is. Let's just check my invisible clock that has the date on it. It will be 2 weeks on a Friday. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to reply to people by text. I'll just gather the questions and I will just make another video and put your pretty faces in the video. So yeah, that was cheeseball. Thanks for watching anyway. Please subscribe if you like my videos and my reviews, and I'll see you guys really soon. I'm going to do a review next as opposed to a questions video because I've got lots to do. So hope you have a nice weekend and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.